Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Arsenal can repeat Martin Odegaard transfer trick as £34 million target sends reminder to Edu, and then we're going to look at James Maddison open to Arsenal transfer but Gunners must overcome hurdle blocking deal. So the first transfer headline states that Arsenal can repeat Martin Odegaard transfer trick as £34 million target sends reminder to Edu. So the reports are stating that Arsenal are in the midst of a busy summer rebuild, with the Gunners currently targeting a creative midfielder. Arsenal are desperate to make a return to the coveted top 4 Premier League spots after a 5-year hiatus from the UEFA Champions League. The Gunners have finished a measly 8th in each of the last 2 campaigns and have therefore begun a huge summer rebuild in an attempt to end their current ruts. As reported back in May, Chief Executive Edu was keen to add at least 5 additions to the squad and has already brought in 3 fresh faces, with Nuno Tavares, Albert Sambi-Lokonga and Ben White all signed in recent weeks. Furthermore, the Brazilian is still hoping to bring in a right back, a goalkeeper and an attacking midfielder, with Martin Odegaard and James Maddison both targeted for the latter position. However, with Martin Odegaard reportedly willing to fight for his place at the Bernabeu and James Maddison commanding a hefty fee, the Gunners may need to seek an alternative in their hunt for a playmaking maestro. One name that has been mentioned is Martin Odegaard's Real Madrid teammate Marco Asensio, who is currently playing for Spain at the Olympics, where he scored an astonishing winner against the hosts, Japan, in extra time of the semi-final. The 25-year-old scored the only goal of the game, picking the ball up from the right side of the box before using his left foot to bend the ball into the top corner in the 117th minute of a rather drab affair. And according to Fichajes, Arsenal currently lead the race to sign Asensio, who they claim will only cost £34 million, a reasonable fee considering his undeniable talent. It is also understood that the Gunners lodged a player plus cash bid for the aforementioned James Maddison, but if the deal for the 24-year-old proves to be too expensive, then perhaps making a move for Marco Asensio makes sense considering the North Londoners' good relationship with Real Madrid. Arsenal have signed a plethora of players from Los Blancos in recent years, with Dani Ceballos and Martin Odegaard both making the switch from Spain's capital on a temporary basis in the last 2 years. So it looks like Arsenal can repeat Martin Odegaard transfer trick as £34 million target sends reminder to Edu. So it looks like Arsenal are looking at Marco Asensio as a suitable player to play in that creative attacking position, but he is someone that is very versatile as he can operate on both wings and he can also operate down the middle and he can also play up front as well. And Marco Asensio at a very young age, only being a little struggling at Real Madrid and someone that seems to not be in Carlo Ancelotti's plans, he's someone that could make that move from Madrid to the London and play for the Arsenal and really fight and really be a huge addition for Mikel Arteta. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that James Maddison open to Arsenal transfer, but Gunners must overcome hurdle blocking deal. So the reports are stating that Arsenal have credited with an interest in Leicester City playmaker James Maddison throughout the summer transfer window. Leicester City midfielder James Maddison would be happy to join Arsenal this summer, but the Gunners will not be able to launch a move for his services unless a number of the existing stars can be sold, according to reports. Mikel Arteta is believed to be eyeing the addition of a quality playmaker before the transfer window slams shut, with also crying out for additional creativity in the middle of the park. Emil Smith-Rowe, who penned a new long-term deal with the club last month, remains Mikel Arteta's only concrete option in the attacking midfield role ahead of the new campaign. Joe Willock could still have a role to play after impressing for Newcastle United last season, but also understood to be mulling over his immediate future with a return to St James's Park potentially on the cards. The club have been linked with a permanent approach from Martin Odegaard, who shone for the Gunners during his previous loan spell, but the likelihood of a successful move is far from certain. Meanwhile, James Maddison is also said to be under serious consideration at the Emirates Stadium, after establishing himself as one of the Premier League's most exciting talents during his time with Leicester. He remains under contract until the summer of 2024, but would be open to joining Arsenal in the coming weeks, according to The Guardian. He has claimed that Mikel Arteta is a keen admirer of James Maddison, who he believes can dramatically improve his side's fortunes in the final third. The Spaniard's openness to a move is reportedly matched by the player himself, with the 24-year-old of the persuasion that joining Arsenal would aid his development. However, the Gunners may also be forced to show their interest if they cannot raise enough money through player sales, having already splashed £73 million with the signings of Albert Sambi-Lokonga, Nuno Tavares, Ben White this summer. Even if Mikel Arteta and club director manage to gain the necessary funds, a move for James Maddison could be incredibly difficult to engineer. Leicester are under no pressure to sanction the midfielder's departure and will be unlikely to accept anything less than a premium fee for his services. Reports have claimed that a figure in excess of £70 million would be the minimum requirement for James Maddison to make the switch to North London. Fox's manager Brendan Rodgers recently suggested that Arsenal could face an uphill battle in their efforts to sign the player, but underlying his desire to retain the club's most important assets. In conversations with the club, we don't have to sell. That's something that's been made clear, Brendan Rodgers told reporters when quizzed on any potential outings. The players want to stay. It's a really exciting time at the club. There's lots of gossips and speculation around, but I'm loving working with the guys here. They love being here, and we certainly have no need to sell, so I would suspect we are looking to keep our best players. So it looks like James Maddison open to Arsenal transfer, but Gunners must overcome hurdle blocking deal. And also have already sent an offer to Leicester City with a player plus cash deal, and that could involve the likes of Reece Nelson, Joe Willock, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and a few of Arsenal's fringe players such as Eddie Nketiah, or maybe even a following Balogun. But it looks like James Maddison is someone that is open to the Arsenal transfer, but also have to overcome that big hurdle, which is splashing their cash. So we will have to wait and see how Arsenal will use the summer transfer window in the end. Make sure you check out the FA Cup post. There is a special link I've put below in the description, and smash that like button to see if you can reach 30 likes. Also subscribe for more daily videos and share the video with your Arsenal friends and family. Click one of the latest videos on the screen and I'll see you there.